Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma anfa'ni bima 'allamtani wa 'allimni ma yanfa'uni wa zidni 'ilma. Dear students, welcome to Al Huda Montessori School and College. I hope you all are having the great days with the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First of all, I want to congratulate and welcome all the students to achieve their best results and becoming the part of grade 7. So, welcome students to all of you in grade 7. This video lesson is about science subject and my name is Tayyaba. Today we are going to start from chapter number 1, that name is From Cells to Organisms. That name is From Cells to Organisms. As you can easily understand from its name that in this chapter we are going to learn how cells are organized to make any organism. How cells make any organism. Okay, now look at this one. What you can understand from this picture? This picture is representing about the house or a home. Okay, and what will be the building material for this home or house? Obviously, the bricks are the main material from that this house is made from. As like the bricks are making the home, same like that, cells are the main unit of life. Means cells are the basic unit of life, means cells are making any organism. Okay, we have to understand how we can define any organism. You can easily understand the word organism as you can easily observe the animals or the plants in your surrounding. These are all included in the organism. So we can understand that living things, they are called the organism. Not the animals or plants are even the organisms. The microorganisms, they are also the living organism, and they are the organisms made up of from the cells. Okay, now look at this slide. This slide is representing that how the cells are the building material, how cells they are making any organism. So from this slide we can easily understand how cells are organized to make any organism and how organisms are made from the cells. Okay, now look at this slide. In this slide we are going to learn what is an organism. As you can see, these pictures are representing an organism. Okay, so how can we define any organism? An organism is any living thing. So now we can easily define that organisms, they are the living part of the environment. Organisms, they are defined as the living things which we can easily observe in our surroundings. Okay, now look at these pictures. What these pictures represent? These pictures represent the living organisms. Okay, now look at the next slide. This slide is representing different cells. Now look at the first picture. This picture represents red blood cells. This picture represent red blood cells. Okay, what are the red blood cells? Where they are found? Red blood cells, they are the main component of our blood. They are the main component of all the living organisms. Okay, the next thing is about the nerve cells. The next thing is nerve cells, and nerve cells, they are the main cells which transfer messages from one part of the body to another. So we can easily say that cells are the main building block of life. As we can observe that cells, they make the main part of living organisms. Okay, here are the another examples. Now look at these ones. The first picture, now look at this. This is the connective cells and they are found in skin. Next is smooth muscle cells in intestinal wall. Skeletal muscle cells, epithelial cells in stomach lining, sperm cells, epithelial cells in skin, bone cells. Okay, here are different examples of cells. So, as we earlier discussed that cells make up the human body or the other living organism. So, this picture represents that our body is also made up of these type of cells. Okay, now you can easily observe or understand that how the cells are the building blocks of life. As you can see that atom, it can change, transform into molecule then combine to form macromolecule, then organelles, then cells convert into tissues, cells combine to form tissues, then tissues into organs, and organ into organ system, and then different organ systems, they will work together and they form the whole organism. At later on we will discuss, in the next lessons we will discuss how the cell transform into an organism, how the cell they convert into tissues, then tissues into organ into organ system, and organ system into any organism, and how organisms are made up of cells. Later on we will discuss that. Okay, the next main thing is, have you ever think that how these cells, they are performing different tasks in our body, how they are specialized, who give the instruction to perform different tasks in our body? So now we will discuss that, who gives the order to divide and of being specialized in different tasks following the division. Furthermore, how do the cells have the sense of obeying these orders? Okay, the cells which are performing different tasks in your body, how they are doing that? Which give the instruction to do that activity? How do they work in such discipline and organization? It is obvious that none of these are random systems that come into existence by chance. They all come into existence by the might of our Lord. So who is our Lord? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These all functions are because of the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessing on us. Okay, now the last thing is about your homework. You have to read the names of different cells which are mentioned in the previous slides, and you have to understand the importance of cells in making of living organisms. Jazakumullahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.